Night beginning to fall over Southern California, but the lights are shining bright here at the spectacular SoFi Stadium in metropolitan Los Angeles.
Tonight we polish off Week 10 with a good Monday night matchup between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Los Angeles Chargers. Shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Good work, boy. Let's go.
First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line.
It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
So certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14. Mayfield off the play fake. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted.
It's Kyler Duggar who picks it.
And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. So after the INT, it's Allen. He will find his man Chase complete. Touchdown Raiders. Jamar Chase,
his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders have taken the early lead.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And that makes it 7-zip Vegas.
Makes the score Raiders 7, Chargers nothing. Harrison Butker set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They are, for the moment, the best team in football, 9-0 entering play here. And, Charles, I don't know if we'd call them a surprise 9-0, but the way that they have been winning definitely opened up a lot of eyes around the NFL.
Well, what we've seen from them so far this season, you can't stop them on offense, you can't score on them on defense. So to me, if you're going to play against them, you have to bring your best game and hope they throw a clunker in that day to give yourself a chance.
Back to Taylor on first down.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Isaiah Simmons on the tackle. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd.
They give to Taylor out of the gun.
And he's going to get this one down to the 45.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Mayfield to throw it. Over the middle, complete. That's Brown. And he's got this down to the 35. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up, and make those throws, and he did that. And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Mayfield on 1st down. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
On 2nd and 10, Mayfield flush to his right. Oh, it's complete. A diving grab there by Brown. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Mayfield now. The quick slant caught. And the Chargers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, you have to be aware defensively that you've got 2 goals, because obviously you're trying to prevent the touchdown, but you're also trying to keep them from getting a 1st down as well. That time they weren't up to the task, and it's 1st and goal.
Mayfield keeps it himself. And no signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. And I don't think he got in. The big bodies up front held him at the 1. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Taylor will take this into the end zone for a Charger touchdown. So the 2nd down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
Extra point right down the middle. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little...
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs. And that one certainly fell into the latter category. Now, that deserves a couple exclamation points. Butker on for the PAT. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter.
Raiders 14, Chargers 7. Harrison Butker set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Well, this, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in Week 5, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. First and 10, Taylor now.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Now, you and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week. An unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all, and I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out.
On second down, it's Taylor, and he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield rolling to his right. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 38. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Raiders 14, Chargers 7.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Watch tight end, tight end's right. Tight end's right. Hey, 4 down, 4 down. Check number 6, check number 6.
From the gun, it's Taylor. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. So a nice run right there, and worth mentioning their usual starting running back out this week. The hope is it's just a short-term absence, but this is where it pays, Charles, to have a quality reserve that you can turn to when you need it.
And to me, they definitely have that because this is a guy who's more than capable of picking up the slack. And he's likely going to see a big share of carries as this one progresses. And how many times do we see running backs jump into the breach and have big games?
From the 29, Mayfield. Got a man, it's Brown. And out of bounds right around the 20.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think, a guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Taylor. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 70 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
They'll run here with Taylor.
And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Mayfield.
They'll roll him out right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. From the gun, Mayfield. Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. 30. 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
Well, it certainly looked to me like he tapped into the quarterback's thought process there. And what I'm hearing more and more when I go around the league, defenders sitting in on quarterback meetings trying to learn more about how they think so they can be in the right position, to be in the right spot, as he was there, to pick that one off and take it all the way back for a touchdown.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play too.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr.
And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
And that now 2 interceptions thrown in this second quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one. And they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception. Tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Charles, you talk about this defense, and they're in for a tough test, playing a team working on a 3-game win streak. But their head coach very confident in his guys' chances when he spoke to the media earlier this week.
I'd call him brimming with confidence, and he should be. Because if that's what he needs to do to fire up his guys, he should do so. And he's telling everybody, we've got a locker room full of guys ready to step up, and he's making sure that he believes it so that he hopes that his players will as well.
6 yards left on 2nd down.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
86 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
On first down, Allen escaping the pressure right, letting one go deep for the end zone.
As a former defender, I can feel their sigh of relief after that one, because when he breaks out of the pocket and you face a mobile quarterback, he causes all kind of problems in your secondary. They were able to force that incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, a give to Mixon. And only able to muster a couple, down to about the 27.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Play action. Now it's Allen. Flushed out right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Butker's kick here is good. And they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7.
So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
2nd and 3 at the 32-yard line.
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Taylor. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Running left, Taylor. Taylor's got the first down and more.
And he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
A give for Taylor running right side.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
113 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
27-yard line.
On first down, Taylor powers through it, and down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
They'll run on first down. It's Taylor. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll try the left side with Taylor. And he's brought down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
And they'll try again here, 1st and goal after the false start.
To the right side, this is Taylor.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now a give, right side. It's Taylor. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Mike 8. Hey, alert 33. Mike 8. Mike 8. I don't think you got it, son. Mike 8. All day, just like that. Just regular. Mike 8. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Mike 8. Let's go, D. Mike 8. Let's go.
And Mayfield just getting the play off. Eluding the pressure. And a big loss here as he's taken down. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Both these teams, no doubt, making their final halftime adjustments as we speak. And for the call of the second half, we get it back out to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
At their own 13-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25.
And even 100 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
On first down, Mixon. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Buying time to his left. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Allen looks to throw on 3rd and 1. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down.
Justin Madubuike
in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. A first down throw for Mayfield. That is caught. It's Williams. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. A big play there for L.A.
And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
From the red zone now, Mayfield flush to his right. Over the middle here to Brown. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
It's a nice completion and a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? And a good job by the Raider defense yet again as they drop him for a 2nd straight loss.
They run once more with Taylor.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Jonathan Taylor with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Chargers are able to close the gap just a bit. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
They'll run on first down. Mixon. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. And now they'll throw with Allen.
This goes out wide for Mixon.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
On third down, Mixon. And he's corralled held, but not before getting it inside the 35.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now Joe Mixon. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. On first down, Mixon, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Chargers' 24-yard line.
On 2nd down now, Mixon, and he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter of play. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Raiders on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Here's Allen to throw it. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. Butker's kick here is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 13.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
To throw again on 2nd down, Mayfield. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. To throw, Mayfield.
And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They turn to Taylor on 4th. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Here. This is caught. He'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand A field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Meanwhile, Mayfield's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Mayfield. And this is caught by Williams. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A big game that time for the Chargers. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards.
And this is hauled in by Williams for a Charger touchdown. Preston Williams, his 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Chargers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
And it's no good. Well, that could be a critical miss here in a one-score game in the 4th.
Chris Lewis set to kick off.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback. Because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
They'll run on 1st down. Mixon. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And he'll be close to a 1st down at the Chargers 36. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
On 1st down, Mixon. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a one-score game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. Butker's kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow give the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
The Charger drive about to get going. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now, defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now, they're just cutting them to shreds.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
You get into these 2-minute drill situations and you've often got tired legs on the offensive line. But these defenders, they've been rotating in and out, and they're a little bit fresher and quicker. And the pressure there forced the incompletion.
2nd and 10. Mayfield to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Mayfield. Williams brings it in. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Here's Baker. He'll drop this down to Taylor. So he stopped for no gain. And that'll make it 2nd and 10.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against him offensively. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Mayfield.
Throw left side complete. That's Williams. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards. So tough to cover a big tight end like that.
It changes the chalk, as one of my coaches like to say, meaning the normal things don't apply. All right, used to say, okay, there's a tight end going out. We're either going to put a big...
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders. And they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree, matched up against a top 5 defensive unit in the league, and they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that was the